In this video, we discuss about the pitot tubes. So first we understand what is the functions of pitot tube, where it is used means what is the applications, what are the working principles, and then after we derive the equation of velocity for the pitot tubes. So pitot tube is generally used to measure the velocity of the flow at any point in a pipe or a channel. So in the last few videos, we discussed about the venturi meter and the orifice meter. So we know that the venturi meter and orifice meter is used to measure the flow rate. Means they are used to measure the discharge. But pitot tube is not used to measure the discharge, it is used to measure the velocities. So during the Viva, we asked the questions to the student, what are the various devices used to measure the flow of the fluid or a discharge. The student is mentioned the pitot tube also in this category, but you need to remember that the basic applications of the pitot, so it is used to measure the velocity of flow. Now where it is used, so basic thing is that when any liquid is flowing or any air or gas is flowing, at that place is the pitot tube may be used. So basic applications of this pitot tube is in the aircraft. So in an aircraft, we need to measure the velocity of the air. Then after, it is used in a boat. So in a boat, it is used to measure the velocity of the waters. Even in a various industrial applications, so in a industrial purpose, that is a lots of devices are there in which the water as well as the fluid is flowing. So at that places it is used. Then it is used in a wastewater treatment plant. Means where the water is treated, at that place the pitot tube is used to measure the velocity of the flow. It is also used in a HVAC system, means heating, ventilation and air conditioning systems. They are used to measure the velocity of compressed air, as well as in a duct it is used to measure the flow rate of the air, and it is also used in a various combustion devices to measure the velocity of gas as well as the air. Now we study the construction of the pitot tubes. So it is the simplest form. The pitot tube is consist of glass tube. So it is consist from glass and it is bent at the right angle. When it is bent at the right angle, it take a shape like as the L shape. So here we see this one image. So this is the one pipe, and from the pipe some liquid is flowing, and this is the center point. And here we see this is the inlet point of this pitot tube, and here it is bent at the 90 degree. So this part is the verticals, and this is the upstream side of the pipe, and this is the downstream side of the pipe. The lower end, which is bent through 90 degree, is directed to the upstream direction as shown in a figure. So we also discussed that the lower parts, means this part is insert in a upstream side direction. So we mentioned this is upstream direction. So water is enter through this L-shaped bent portion of the pitot tube, and this water level is measured here. So this is the one image of the aircraft in which the pitot tube is insert. So this is the pitot tube, and these are the some portion of the aircrafts. So in an aircraft, it is used to measure the velocity of the air. Now, what is the working principles of the pitot tubes? So it is based on principle that if velocity of flow at any point becomes zero, then the pressure energy is increased due to the conversion of kinetic energy into pressure energy. So we already studied the Bernoulli's equations. What we discuss in Bernoulli's equation, the total energy remains constant at the inlet and outlet, but its form is changed. So when the velocity energy is reduced, then it is converted into the pressure energy. Okay, so similar thing is happen here in these pitot tubes. So inlet portion of the pitot tube is like as this type of the shape. Okay, so here see it is a look like as the nozzles. So at the inlet area is lower, and then after it is increased. Then what happens? The kinetic energy is reduced and the pressure energy is increased. the liquid rise up in a tube due to the conversion of kinetic energy into the pressure energy, means at the inlet. So here we see this is 2 point is the inlet of the pitot tube. At this point its shape is look like this, that is a nozzle or a concept. And in concept what happens, the kinetic energy is converted into the pressure energy, and due to pressure energy liquid level is rise in this pipe. So velocity is determined by measuring the rise of liquid in the tube. So this is the basic about the pitot tube. Now we move towards the deriving this equation for the pitot tube. Before moving ahead, I request to like the video and subscribe my channels for watching the more video related to FMHM as well as the other subject of mechanical engineering. For the FMHM video, various link is provided in descriptions as well as in car. For other subject, I request to visit the playlist. So first we understand a few of the parameters. So for that we need to consider the 2 point, that is the point 1 and point 2 at the same level. Same level means here we see that point 1 and point 2 at the same level, means suppose we measure the distance from this datum line of the pipe, then they have the same height. Okay, so it is called as the same levels. And point 2 is just as at the inlet of the pitot tube, means point 2 is the inlet of the pitot tube and the point 1 is far away from the tube, means this is the tube and from the tube point 1 is the far away. Let we consider P1 is the intensity of pressure at the point 1, means at the point 1 that is certain pressure is there and it is denoted as the P1. Velocity at the point 1, it is denoted as the V1. Similar way at the point 2, pressure at the point 2 is denoted by as the P2. Velocity at the point 2 is denoted by the V2 and V2 becomes 0. So earlier we discussed that at the inlet the shape is look like as the nozzles. So at the inlet the velocity V2 is become 0 and the pressure is increase. What is this capital H? Capital H is the depth of tube in a liquid and the small h is the rise of liquid in the tube above the free surface. So this is the free surface and above the free surface the water is rise in the tube, and up to which level it is rise we measure the distance, and this distance is called as the small h. Now we need to apply these Bernoulli's equations at the point 1 and the 2, and we already derived the Bernoulli's equations in a last chapters. So Bernoulli's equations state that the total energy is same at the inlet or at the outlet or at the any 2 points. Okay, so at the point 1 the energy is the pressure energy plus velocity energy and potential energy. Means any fluids are there, it have 3 types of the energy: pressure, velocity and the potentials. So pressure energy is written as the P1 upon rho g, kinetic energy is written as the V1 square upon 2g, and potential energy is written as the Z1. So similarly at the point 2 the fluid have the same energy, pressure energy P2 upon rho g plus kinetic energy V2 square upon 2g and potential energy Z2. Now earlier we discussed that they are at the same levels, means if we measure this distance then it is the Z1, we measure this distance it is the Z2, and they are the same levels. Same level means it's have the same height. Okay, so this one is the Z1 and this distance is the Z2. So both are the same, means Z1 and Z2 is same, so we can cancel out them from these equations. Okay, and we also know that the V2 is 0 because the velocity is converted into the pressure energy. Okay, so this part is cancelled and the V2 part is 0. Okay, so what is the remaining equations? So remaining equation is the P1 upon rho g plus V1 square upon 2g is equal to P2 upon rho g. Now instance of P1 upon rho g we can able to write down this capital H. So earlier I mentioned that suppose we insert the vertical manometer in this water level. Okay, so what in this tube water is rise up to the level of water, it is called as the static pressures. Suppose we insert one manometer here in this tube. Okay, so they rise up to the water level and it is called as the capital H. Okay, and it is called as the static pressures. So this is the capital H. So instance of P1 upon rho g, we can also able to write down this H, because simply we know that the equation of the pressure P is equal to rho g H. This is the rho g and H. So you already studied these equations in the various derivations of the manometer. Means this rho g is supplied right sides, means they are multiplied with the H. So this is the basic equations of the pressure. Second, P2 upon rho g, it is the pressure head at the point 2. And what is the pressure head at the point 2? Pressure head at the point 2 is the small h plus capital H, because at the inlet the pressure energy is rise and the velocity energy is 0. So due to here pressure is increased. So how much pressure is increased at the point 2 compared to the point 1? It is increased as the H, small h. So total is it is the small h plus capital H. Now substituting this value in these above equations, means instance of this P1 upon rho g, we consider it is the capital H plus V1 square upon 2g is as it is equal to, on the right side it is P2 upon rho g. So instance of P2 upon rho g, we putting this capital H plus small h. Then after we cancel out this capital H from the both the sides, and equation is remains small h is equal to V1 square upon 2g. Then we know that the pitot tube is used to measure the velocity of the flow. Means we need to find out the equation of velocity. And what is the equation of velocity? It is the V1. So we need to convert this equation in a form of the V1. So we supply this 2g on the left side, so it is multiplied with this h, so it is a 2gh, means equation of this V1 square is equal to 2gh. Then after we do the under root on the both the sides, so under root of the V1 square is converted into the V1, and here on the right side it is under root of 2gh. So this equation is give the theoretical velocity, but actual velocity is less than to the theoretical velocity, because there is some coefficient of velocity is there in the pitot tubes. So V1 actually is equal to CV under root of 2gh. So here the CV is the coefficient of velocity or coefficient of pitot tube. So this is the equations for that measure the velocity by using this pitot tubes. Means in a pitot tube just we need to measure the small h, that is the h above to the water levels. Okay, such we know the small h, then we are able to find out this velocity by using this pitot tube. So thank you for watching this video. If you learn something, then like the video and subscribe my channels for watching the more video related to the mechanical engineering, and don't forget to share with your friends.